Yo YouTube, GK's back with another Final Fantasy 16 video. For those that follow the channel, you know I am super hyped about this. So the last time I made a video about Final Fantasy 16, which I do have a playlist for because I do plan to keep making more Final Fantasy 16 content, Alice A posted this. Alice A said, might be the first FF I play, and I really hope that this FF, just like Final Fantasy 15 brought in new fans to the franchise, I really hope and I really do think that Alice A will not be disappointed if this is the first Final Fantasy they play. I'm super excited. I do hope you enjoy the video, and if you do, leave a like, because that lets me know I should make more videos like this. All aboard the hype train. Choo choo. That was kind of corny.
It's the Bro Kid Talk Show.
So I pulled a couple articles for today. One is from Dual Shockers to talk about the M rating for the game, which I had predicted and I think is kind of true. Final Fantasy 16 has been rated for mature people by Peggy, but it might change in the future. This had me a little worried, but I don't think it's going to change. Like Final Fantasy 7 did, had Karat, a new PR email from Square Enix for Final Fantasy 16 reveals that Peggy has rated the game for mature people. Here's that little blurb that got everybody talking about the officialness of the Peggy 18, and I do believe Yoshi P also mentioned it. Look at the Peggy 18 at the bottom, is provisional. Provisional does mean that it might change. I don't really see it changing because they came out so strong with that blood and gore and those themes that I just don't see it changing that hard, and especially when we start talking about how long it's in development, the potential release date, and more themes of the game, I really don't see all of that getting changed like they did with Final Fantasy 15. I really do feel like Square has finally said, fuck it, we're gonna make the game we want to make without holding back. For those that don't know, the Final Fantasy 16 official website is up and has been up for a little while now, and I just wanted to make that clear to everybody so you can go see the information for yourself about the characters, the world, the lore. So to catch you up a little bit, let's talk about Naoki Yoshida, or Yoshi P. Yoshi P is the producer of Final Fantasy 16. Best known for his work throughout the majority of Final Fantasy 14, which I do play. I love Final Fantasy 14. It is arguably the best MMO out right now. This is the director, Hishiro Tadaka. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Best known for the work on Final Fantasy Heavensward expansion. So he's worked with Yoshi P before, as well as Last Remnant, which was kind of like a standalone RPG. It was actually a little bit better than an okay game, I thought. I thought the combat was fresh and the world type of lore is very much what we're kind of getting that feel from in Final Fantasy 16. Now, Games Radar posted this article by Melanie Hetfield, Heather Wald. So the big takeaway here is that, and now we know that Final Fantasy 16 will be a PlayStation console exclusive that's coming to PlayStation 5. We had already kind of thought that it would be exclusive, but I just think that this further rams home the point I've been saying that exclusive titles work and can be successful. Why? Because all of the effort is thrown into that exclusivity. Why this is great news? Because it's going to lend a little bit of credence as to the projected, suggested theory, rumor of the release date of this game, which I am excited to say is a lot closer than we think. So Corey Plantet for Inverse writes this about the possible release date. There's no official release date yet, but producer Yoshi P confirmed in official press materials that the next big information reveal is scheduled for 2021. While it's possible that the game won't be released in 2022 or even 2023, a Square Enix recruitment page translated a Gamatsu could indicate a release date before the end of 2021. A possible release date by the end of 2021 is fucking fantastic. About 5.5, 6-ish years, I think that's perfect. Now, they do have a lot of things done in the game, the core elements, the core story, the core mechanics. They said that in the articles. Go check any one of the articles out for more information for yourself, but I think this is great news. So just to reiterate, we got a PS5 exclusive, we got an M rating, and I think that's going to stick. I don't think that's going to change. And we have a possible end of 2021 release date, not to mention a full website is up. Tell me what you think about Final Fantasy 16. I've called it a big fuck you to nostalgic Final Fantasy fans. They were hating on it so hard, and they still kind of do. You know, you see the whispers, you see the threads and shit. I believe that Final Fantasy needs to move on to the future, and Final Fantasy 16 is that future, because Final Fantasy 15 built that foundation, and I'm just so excited for it. I mean, look at this. Look, Clive looks fucking dope. Like, this is dope. Shout out again to Alice A for commenting and being the first comment of today's video. I will try to do that every single video, as long as the comment pertains to the topic matter, whether negative or positive. I know I talk a lot. I might have rambled. I didn't rant because Final Fantasy 16 looks fucking awesome. I'm the Grown Kid, and I'll catch you back in another video.